Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. to NLP time on the dollar, and everything else, Monday to Friday. Yeah, so it's not 9 a.m., we are a little bit late, but, I'm a little bit sick, so, there's that. But, we still do Bitcoin Daily and look at the price. Right now, Bitcoin is down -1%. There is only 8 people in the chat. Jurgen, the green is gobbling, and the XRP legend, of course. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of excitement around, Bitcoin and everything else. It's kind of going a little bit sideways over here after this topping out move. The big question is, will this, turn around right now and go a little bit towards the downside? So I'm not, quite sure whether we have right now 10 viewers, 10 people watching because the Bitcoin is down or because, my channel is crap. That said, when it comes to Bitcoin up here on the weekly time frame, we still have 2 days left and we are creating this doji here at the top. We are actually not moving. We haven't actually moved, for 5 days or something like right now. We just been inside this, doji over here and doing, the stuff a little bit up, a little bit down, and not much is actually happening. So if you look at a little bit small time frames up here, we did get bullish engulfing candle up here on the daily time frame. But I wouldn't be too bullish when it comes to this candle up here because there is divergence up here on the chart. We also got a momentum going towards downside a little bit over here, and the volume has also been slacking when it comes to this move towards upside over here. So you can see up here after this initial move up here, the rest of the move up here towards upside has been slacking. So we had a very slacky move. We had a very slacky move towards downside while we're going towards upside. There is a little bit divergence up here at the top, and right now the momentum is also going down. So everything right now is telling me that this might actually turn around and drop down towards downside even more than 1%. So how is this actually gonna look, and what kind of levels do we actually look at right now? Well, we got major support levels down here. Let me just change that into a default line up here. We got a major levels down here at the previous bottoms down here at 24.3. This is important level to watch for. Of course, the 200 moving average on the weekly time frame is also super important level up here to watch for. That's around 25k or something like that. There you go. That's the 25.5 level, give or take. That's also a very important level. But what you're gonna see here once we zoom in up here, it is kind of losing momentum a little bit towards the downside. It looks like it wants to drop down. Whether it's gonna drop down to these levels or not, that depends to be seen. Let's go to the daily time frame up here. What you're gonna see up here as well is that we are still having support of the 10 moving average, but as I just showed you up here, we are losing a little bit momentum over here towards the upside. So it is curving up here. It looks like it might actually drop towards the downside, so be aware of that. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. This is the most important chart, not the most important, but the most exciting chart right now. Let's go even lower down here on the 1-hourly so we can see this actually a lot nicer. Let's remove the moving averages. What I'm going to show you right now is that Bitcoin has had this uptrend over here, and it dropped down up here. It climbed back to the resistance but failing to break the resistance right now, right? There was another line up here, go something like this over here. No, it was from this one over here, give or take. I think I drew something like this over here, from this part over here. You can see here we got very nice touches up here on the line. So right now it is going inside this expanding musical instrument up here, but if it drops on the downside, we are pretty much back where we started down here below the line, which might actually continue towards the downside over here a little bit. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame up here. You see how this is actually happening, but we are definitely losing momentum up here. So when we look at the chart, we like to look at momentum and how the momentum is going to play out. So once the momentum started losing losing speed over here towards upside, all of these levels low speed started losing speed. Right now this is I would say this is the most important line, because we can see right now that we are curving towards the right. We are losing momentum over here. We are losing momentum all the time. So if you lose this momentum as well, we might see a retest down here. We might see a retest down here at the bottom over here. Where is the bottom over here? Down here at this 26.7 level, right? We might see a retest down here at 27. Hopefully this holds and we go towards the upside, but if even this fails towards the downside, we might actually move more down. So I'm definitely looking for right now for more pullback over here. If something bullishly doesn't happen on the charts, theoretically should, you know, break down over here right now. You know, it's consolidating, it's losing momentum up here, breaks a little bit down up here, tries to hold. There is also this this trend over here that right now is holding us up, right? But as soon as we start breaking this, I'm thinking, you know, 200 moving average, bottom down here, and then even a lower towards the downside. I want to try to keeping the optimism up, and I want to try to, you know, see something bullish on the charts. And you know, but this this weekly candle up here is a little bit extended from these, you know, moving averages down here, so it needs a little bit time to, you know, come back to us. So, you know, we could do something, you know, something like this here before we see bigger move towards the upside. Now this is a weekly time frame. We had, you know, we had what did we have right now? You know, 47% move towards upside in, you know, almost one move. So consolidating here for a little while, you know, it wouldn't hurt us that badly, right? You can see up here, once that this happened, for example over here, once we had this big move towards upside, this capitulation, you know, short squeeze or shortest capitulation move, we had like 3 weeks or almost, you know, we slightly were going towards upside, but, you know, we were definitely going in between certain ranges up here, right? And it was going a little bit up, a little bit down. There was, you know, a little bit, you know, pullbacks on the way up here, but it was holding certain levels and then explode towards the upside. So, you know, these consolidation levels on the weekly time frame can take a little while. So, you know, 2-3 weeks more, I don't know, but over here we can definitely right now consolidate up here at the top. We can definitely consolidate here right at the top right now, and on the weekly consolidation as well. So I'm definitely looking for some kind of movement, you know, movement towards downside, but I don't know how much the movement. I'm not expecting anything like crazy down to 20k or something like that. I'm not expecting this move up here because there are definitely lines up here that are still holding us up, right? There are definitely a lot of, you know, these very important support levels on the both on the weekly and the daily time frame up here that are right now can actually hold us very well, because these levels, you know, the worse it gets. The 50 moving average over here, the 20 moving average on the weekly, right? None of these levels do we want to break. Now that said, they are a little bit, you know, below us up here, so, you know, we still are you know, 10% above the first major support level. So some kind of, you know, support, you know, some kind of, you know, consolidation up here or something like that could actually happen. But the first move I think might actually come down here if we break down. You can see up here that on the 4-hourly time frame, we're still keeping, you know, above the moving average up here, 10-20 moving average over here, and theoretically we can just, you know, bounce over here, you know, and continue going towards upside over here, towards you know, bouncing towards upside up here. But it kind of looks a little bit bearish. I gotta tell you that right now it kind of looks a little bit bearish up here. There is this line up here that got, you know, rejected, and then there is this line up here. It is kind of holding right now. So, you know, as long as right now this holds, that's fine, and, you know, it might actually continue towards the upside, but it kind of looks a little bit weak when you look at some kind of indicators and stuff like that, right? So I think that there is a probability right now to break this towards downside, and in short term like pull back. But how much this pullback is gonna be, I don't know. But I wouldn't like to go back below any of these, you know, major support levels. Some, you know, biggest move down here, something like this down here, and then, you know, towards the upside again. So that's what I'm looking at. On the other hand, right, if we can manage to break the resistance up here at the top, this looks like some kind of, you know, a rising wedge up here. Let me just remove this line. This looks like a short-term rising wedge up here, of some kind of, with some kind of fake cut up here. So if this, you know, breaks towards downside or upside, you know, we don't know. If it breaks towards the upside, it might actually do another nice move towards the upside, but everything right now it points into the direction right now this is gonna break down a little bit. I don't know how much. Maybe it just goes down to, you know, some kind of 26.6 level down here, and then bounces off of that. Worst case scenario goes down to 25, or even lower than that, 24.2. These are the worst case scenarios. Technically, worst case scenario is going all the way down, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's gonna, you know, roll over a little bit. I think so. I'm not quite sure anymore, but, you know, that's the best I can give you right now. Guys, this was the quickest Bitcoin daily ever in the history of Bitcoin dailies. The center plan, they just assume it will be gone the first minutes. Yeah, they just assume I'll be gone the first, you know, 10 minutes. The moon won't fail us. Morning, Tila. Morning, Wes. How you doing, man? Those who haven't bought have the opportunity to buy them. Yeah, maybe buying the dip and stuff like that. I'm not really in the mood to do the Bitcoin daily and stuff like that. I thought I would just, you know, pop in, say hi to you guys, and, you know, look at, you know, tell you what I'm doing right now. So there is that. Guys, Milan is in chat. How you doing, man? Anyways, I'll see you in the chat. I'll see you around, and that's it, guys. That's it. I don't want to look at I actually thought talking a little bit about like these layer 2 protocols, but I'm not in the mood. Guys, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around. Bye bye.